Pass went to nobody in particular, and Episcopal now with it. Pacelli taking it up to the other end. 2 minutes to play here in the first quarter. 2-point lead for Episcopal. Foul called on Notre Dame and a substitution as well, as Ava Bleckley will come in for Izzy Caselli. Pacelli looking for somebody to inbound it to. She gets it to Magnotta. Back to Pacelli. Thought about a two. Inside now to Kepper Sharp. And a foul called. And another substitution for Notre Dame. That is Grace Hanna coming in for Avery Thomas. Inbound pass to Cassidy at the top of the key. Pacelli thought about a three. Inside. Wild layup, no good. Out of bounds to Notre Dame. It is Dever inbounding to Mackerlin. Mackerlin jump shot, in and out, rebounded by Pacelli. Pacelli nearly lost it out of bounds. Loose ball picked up by Kepper Sharp, back now to Pacelli. Pacelli from about the foul line, wild shot, no good, and a rebound to Halligan of Notre Dame. Now Dever with it. Around the horn, Mackerlin trying a three, and she buries it to give Notre Dame a 1-point lead with less than a minute to play. 9 points now so far for Mackerlin, 9 of Notre Dame's 12. I beg your pardon, 11 of Notre Dame's 12, as the layup is good for Natalie Magnotta. Her first points of the game. Two substitutions for Episcopal. Alice Nash and Ali Sillo coming in for Kepper Sharp, will take a rest with the majority of Episcopal's points. Caselli inbounding to Mackerlin. Dever inside, beautiful layup, good. Less than 10 seconds to play now in the first quarter. Pacelli, and a foul is called. Episcopal Academy has to go quickly if they want to get a shot off. And a foul is called with 0.3 of a second remaining in the first quarter. Riley Cassidy will go to the line for 2 shots before the end of the quarter to try and give Episcopal the lead. No substitutions will be made for either side as we're just about near the end of the quarter. One of 2 for Cassidy to tie the game. And a desperation heave is no good. So at the end of the first quarter, it is Episcopal 14 and Notre Dame 14. Back for the start of the second quarter here at Episcopal Academy. A 14-14 tie between EA and Notre Dame. And it'll be Irish ball to start the second quarter. Inbound to Mackerland, who has the overwhelming majority of points so far for Notre Dame, 11 of their 14. Casale layup, tough layup, but she made it. And Notre Dame takes the brief lead. Tough double team, but Ali Silla was able to get it off. Shot no good. And a rebound goes right back to Episcopal. Three-point try by Purcell is no good. Rebound fought for and taken by Notre Dame Dever. Mackerland weaving her way through. Layup is no good. Quick rebound, though, by Casale. Substitution pending for Notre Dame as Mackerland's three is no good. Loose ball, fought for, jump ball, will go to Episcopal. And a substitution for Notre Dame, Grace Hanna coming in for Lizzie Halligan. Alice Nash will inbound for Episcopal to Purcell. Purcell, a tough double team there. Magnotta, layup, good. 4 points now for Magnotta to tie it up once again. Mackerland, long pass to Casale. Casale inside, another tough layup, misses. Rebound goes to Cassidy. Open three attempt for Alice Nash, no good, rebounded by Mackerland. Lofts it to Dever. Dever able to get it away to Casale. Casale, layup, no good, rebounded by Cassidy. Ball is loose, picked up by Magnotta. Magnotta, tough pass, but she was able to get it to Purcell. Purcell being guarded heavily, layup no good, rebounded by Hanna. Two-point shot, no good by Hanna. No foul called either. And the rebound goes to Cassidy. Cassidy loses it, recovered by Dever. And now Dever, basically a one-on-one with Magnotta. And a travel is called. Couple substitutions here. Keffer Sharp coming back into the game for Episcopal. And Lizzie Halligan coming back in for Notre Dame. Magnotta will inbound to Alice Nash. Up ahead, Keffer Sharp. Nash against Dever. Purcell going to try a three, buries it. And that gives Episcopal the lead. 6 points for Purcell, and a timeout is called by Notre Dame. With 5:24 remaining before halftime, a 3-point lead for Episcopal. Episcopal beat the Hill School in the opening round of the PAISAA postseason last year. They lost to Germantown Academy, however, in the quarterfinal, and Germantown is certainly the dominant team in the Interac. At least they have been for the last few years. Notre Dame finished 19-8 last year. That was their best finish in 4 years. They lost in the PAISAA semifinals. Lauren Power, the head coach of Notre Dame. Chuck Simmons, head coach of EA. Back to live action. Notre Dame will be inbounding. Lizzie Halligan. Mackerlin will take it up. Hannah gets it away to Halligan. Halligan nearly stepped out of bounds. Foul called. Foul called on Keffer Sharp of Episcopal Academy, and so it'll be, looks like Ava Bleckley, sophomore at the line for Notre Dame. Bella Pacelli coming in for Ali Sillo on Episcopal side. And Keffer Sharp will come out as well, replaced by Nia Leggett. One of two at the line for Bleckley to make it a 2-point game. Nash gets it away to Pacelli. Purcell thought about a three. And now a 3-point try by Magnotta. Air ball. Rebounded by Grace Hanna. Mackerlin against Purcell. Tries a three. She's already hit a couple. That one's no good. Good rebound by Hanna, who gets the two to tie the game. And on a fast break, a foul called. Foul called on Lizzie Halligan of Notre Dame, and so Magnotta will go to the line. Substitution for Notre Dame. Julia Dever coming back in place of Bleckley. Magnotta misses both. Rebound, fought for, out of bounds, stays with Episcopal. It'll be Nash inbounding. Needs to get it away. Pulled down by Leggett. Purcell thought about a three from the top of the key. Magnotta inside. Leggett is there. Her pass goes way out of bounds to Notre Dame. Halligan inbounding to Mackerlin. Just about halfway through the second quarter, a 19-19 tie. Casale inside, Hanna, layup, good. Notre Dame has the lead. 4 points for Hanna. Pacelli, foul called. Julia Dever called for the foul on Notre Dame, and the Irish will make a substitution as well. Bleckley will be coming in, and two substitutions for Episcopal. Allie Bush and Riley Cassidy will come in place of Magnotta and Leggett. And Bleckley comes in, Julia Dever goes out. Two shots at the line for Pacelli to try and tie the game. She made the first foul shot, and a couple of Notre Dame players went back up the other end of the floor. She still has one to go. Makes them both tie the game, and those are her first 2 points of the game. Mackerlin with it for Notre Dame. Casale loses it, recovers, gets it to Hannah. Mackerlin, nice moves inside, makes the 2. That is 13 points so far for Maeve Mackerlin. And you can see why she is the star, even as a junior, for this Notre Dame team. Purcell, Nash, long 2, no good. Rebounded by Bush, and a foul called. Looks like they'll call Halligan for the foul, and Bush will shoot 2. Substitution pending for Notre Dame. Caroline Kemp will come in for Halligan. The Bush misses both. And Kemp will inbound to Mackerlin. Out of bounds will stay with Notre Dame. Good defensive play, though, by Pacelli. Casale inbounds to Mackerlin. Mackerlin open for 3. No good. Rebound pulled down. Into the hands of Kemp, who gets the layup. And now a 4-point lead for Notre Dame, which I believe is their largest of the game. Ball goes out of bounds, back to Notre Dame. Pacelli lost it. Kemp will inbound to Mackerlin. Mackerlin thought about a 3. Inside, layup is good for Grace Hannah. 6-point lead now for Notre Dame, and that's 6 for Hannah. Two minutes to play before halftime, 27-21 in favor of Notre Dame. Purcell, wild shot, no good, rebounded by Kemp. Mackerlin for Casale, who slips. Jump ball. Casale tangled up with Allie Bush. And it will go to Episcopal with Pacelli inbounding. Bush will take it to the other end. Cassidy thought about a 3. Tries to tightrope, but she goes out of bounds into Notre Dame. Kemp inbounding to Mackerlin. Allie Sillo will be coming in for Episcopal Academy at the next stoppage. Tough defense on Bleckley by Bush. Mackerlin thought about a 3. Underneath to Kemp, who lays it in. An 8-point lead now for Notre Dame. Pacelli with less than a minute to play now. Pass is tipped out of bounds, and it will stay with Episcopal. And Sillo will be coming in for Bush. This will be Kennedy Moore, the junior, with her first action today. Inside to Sillo. Cassidy is open at the top of the key, but misses the 3, and the rebound to Mackerlin. Dishes to Casale, who lays it in, and it's a 10-point lead for Notre Dame, by far their largest of the game. Notre Dame has really taken over in the second quarter. It was evenly matched in the first, but it has been all Irish here in the second. And an offensive foul called on Episcopal. Kemp to Mackerlin, just about 30 seconds to play before the half. Leckley with less than 20. Now Kemp. Mackerlin inside, layup is good. 15 points in the first half for Maeve Mackerlin gives Notre Dame a 12-point lead. 5 seconds to play now. Pacelli tries to draw the foul, gets the layup, and that will take us to the halftime locker room. At the half here at Episcopal, Episcopal Academy trailing Notre Dame 33-23. We are back for the start of the second half here at Episcopal Academy in Newtown Square, with Notre Dame leading EA by a full 10 points, 33-23. John Gidley here with the play-by-play. And very quickly, a statistical rundown. Maeve Mackerlin leading the way with 15 points for the Irish. And two leading scorers for Episcopal Academy, Keffer Sharp and Amanda Purcell, each with 6 points. Two-point shot was good to make it a 12-point lead for the Irish. Corner three for Cassidy, air ball. Rebound fought for, and it will go to Notre Dame. It'll be Katie Halligan seeing her first action, inbounding to Dever. Dever's shot is blocked inside. Halligan with a tough rebound, and she makes the two. Notre Dame padding their lead now up to 14 points. Natalie Magnotta will be coming back in at the last stoppage for Episcopal as a foul is called, with Purcell trying to shoot the three. And that'll be a 3-point foul shot attempt for Magnotta. But first, a timeout. Katie Halligan was called for the foul on Notre Dame. And when we come back, Purcell will be shooting 3 foul shots, and that's really the best chance for Episcopal right now to get back into this game. The only better outcome would have been if she had made the 3 and was able to tack on an extra shot for a 4-point play. So here is Purcell with 3 attempts. And Purcell makes all 3 to make it an 11-point game. McFarland, long pass inside. Caselli got a hand on it, and so it will stay with Notre Dame. Dever will inbound. Two-point shot, good for Lizzie Halligan. Back up to a 13-point lead for the Irish. Cassidy inside, and Keffer Sharp misses, rebounded by Mackerlin. Mackerlin tries to get it up ahead for Dever, who keeps it in bounds. Mackerlin picks up the loose ball, 3-point shot, no good. Rebound fought for, taken by Episcopal. Magnotta lofts it for Cassidy. Cassidy inside. Ball out of bounds to Notre Dame. It'll be Dever inbounding to Mackerlin. Mackerlin drains it. We'll see if they mark it a 2 or a 3. They'll mark it a 2, and that's 17 now for Mackerlin. Cassidy, layup is good. Easy layup is blocked as Halligan was denied by Pacelli. Now Magnotta. Open for three is Cassidy, and she buries it. 10-point game now. Mackerlin zips it. Inside layup is good for Casale. And a timeout called by Episcopal. So Purcell made each of her 3 shots, and that gets them back in it at least marginally. It is a 12-point game in the stoppage of play. 4:57 remaining in the third quarter. Back to live action. It'll be Episcopal inbounding. Pacelli. Pacelli misses the 2. Rebound fought for, taken by Mackerlin. Pacelli got Casale to slip on that one. And Halligan is stripped out of bounds. It will stay with Notre Dame. Dever to Mackerlin, back inside to Dever. Tries to dish it, it goes out of bounds and to Episcopal. And a couple substitutions quickly. Alice Nash coming in for Pacelli. And it looks like Ava Bleckley coming in for Casale. As Cassidy takes it up the floor for Episcopal. Nash thought about a 3. Over to Purcell. Purcell throws up a 3, no good. Rebounded by Katie Halligan. And now Mackerlin with it. Mackerlin in the paint, no good, but a foul called. And she'll go to the line for 2. A substitution here for Notre Dame. Casale will be coming back in, and she will come in place of Dever. One of 2 at the line for Mackerlin. She's got 18, and it's a 13-point lead for Notre Dame. Just about halfway through this third quarter. Magnotta, layup is good. Mackerlin in the backcourt, guarded by Magnotta. Blows right by Magnotta, layup no good. Halligan with the rebound, and she lays it in. Magnotta, 3-pointer no good. Rebound is loose to Notre Dame. Mackerlin inside, layup no good by Bleckley. Bleckley following Alice Nash all the way up the court. Cassidy thought about a three. Now inside, layup hits the backboard. Another try is no good by Keffer Sharp, but a second try, she gets it in. We'll have two substitutions for Notre Dame at the next stoppage. Lizzie Halligan and Grace Hanna coming in. Bleckley able to handle it. Now Casale dishes it. Halligan is good. 15-point lead now. 13, I beg your pardon, for Notre Dame. Cassidy avoids the double team and gets the layup. Mackerlin against Magnotta, 13 on 13 in the backcourt. Mackerlin from just about the foul line, no good. Rebounded by Nash. Less than 2 minutes to play in this third quarter. Long pass for Keffer Sharp, no good. Foul called. Two shots for Keffer Sharp to try and make it a 9-point game, which would be the first time in the second half that Episcopal would not be trailing by double digits. Sillo will come in for Episcopal, and three substitutions for Notre Dame. Halligan, Dever, and Hanna. Coming in for Bleckley, Thomas, and Callahan. Or Halligan, beg your pardon. 1 of 2 at the line for Keffer Sharp. Makes it a 10-point game with 1:48 to play in the third. Here's Dever. Mackerlin, long pass, open three attempt, no good. A long three attempt by Sillo is good. And that makes it a 7-point game. Ali Sillo, her first points of the game are 3 big ones. Inside, Dever, the pass from Halligan. Dishes it, and an open three attempt for Casale is way off the mark. Out of bounds to Episcopal. Katie Halligan will come in for Lizzie Halligan. Just under a minute to play in the third, and a timeout is called. .9 remaining in the third quarter, a 48-41 lead for Notre Dame. It'll be Cassidy inbounding for Episcopal. Both benches rallying now as Episcopal tries to claw back into this game. Loose ball at midcourt, foul called. Hanna called for the foul on Notre Dame. And Nash will inbound at midcourt. Long pass to Magnotta. Tough two-pointer, no good, but a foul called. Two shots for Magnotta to try and make this a 5-point game. It's already the closest it's been in the second half. As Pacelli will come in for Nash. Two of two for Magnotta to make it a 5-point game with about 40 seconds to play. Dever loses it momentarily. Now Mackerlin with it. Mackerlin nearly lost it as well. 30 seconds to play in the third. Dever with less than 10 to shoot. Foul called. So Dever will go to the line to try and make this a 7-point lead once again for the Irish. 23.1 to play here in the third. Two of two for Dever. 7-point lead, Notre Dame. 20 seconds to play in this third quarter. Purcell has to get it out of the backcourt. She does. 10 seconds remaining in the third. Pacelli lost it, tries to get it rebounded. And a foul called on Notre Dame again. Katie Halligan called for the foul on the Irish. And Ava Bleckley will come in for Halligan. Sillo will inbound with 5.2 remaining in the third. Trying to make this as close as possible once again. Pacelli. Layup, no good. And that'll take us to the end of the third. One more quarter to play here at Episcopal Academy, and it should be an exciting one. Notre Dame leading EA 50-43. Start of the fourth quarter here at Episcopal Academy. And EA has already gotten this back within single digits. A 7-point lead for Notre Dame after the Irish had a double-digit lead at the halftime break and for most of the third quarter. Cassidy to Pacelli. Pacelli inside, no good. Rebound to Notre Dame. Mackerlin will take it up. Mackerlin inside, layup, no good by Hannah, and the rebound by Sillo. Long pass from Pacelli to Cassidy, now back to Pacelli. Keffer Sharp. Into Magnotta. Magnotta's layup is good, and it's a 5-point game. Dever with it for the Irish. Dever practically triple teamed, gets it to Mackerlin. Less than 10 to shoot. Mackerlin falls. No foul called. EA with the ball, and it's stolen once again by Notre Dame, and now a reaching foul called. Magnotta called for the reach, and so it'll be Hannah inbounding to Dever in the backcourt. Dever against Cassidy. Foul called on Episcopal, and with the stoppage, it'll be Purcell coming in for Sillo. Inbound goes to Mackerlin. Magnotta called for the foul on Episcopal. Alice Nash will come in for Cassidy. Hannah inbounds to Mackerlin. Mackerlin buries it. We'll see if they mark it. It is 2 points for Mackerlin, and she now has 20 of Notre Dame's 52. And the Irish now have a 7-point lead. About 2.5 minutes into this fourth quarter. Bush to Nash, who's open for three. She hits it, and it's a 4-point game with just over 5 minutes to play. Mackerlin against Bush. Mackerlin, air ball, no good, rebounded by Nash. Pacelli will take it up. Purcell over to Pacelli, who thinks about a three. Now Purcell at the top of the key. Less than 10 to shoot. Purcell inside. Keffer Sharp tries to take it, and it's stolen by Notre Dame. Luckily, Mackerlin controls the two attempts, no good for Mackerlin, and a foul called. Looks like Keffer Sharp was called for the foul on Episcopal. We'll have two substitutions here for EA. It'll be Cassidy and Magnotta coming in place of Pacelli and Bush. And Bleckley comes in. Bleckley comes out, rather, it looks like, for Katie Halligan. Alice Nash trying to make this a 2-point game. 2 of 2 at the line for Nash, and Episcopal has stormed back to make this a 2-point game, little under halfway through this fourth quarter. Mackerlin. Over to Caselli. Dever is open for three. No good. Rebounded by Nash. Now Magnotta trying to either tie or take the lead for Episcopal. Magnotta inside. Wild shot. No good. Out of bounds to Notre Dame. Halligan inbounds to Mackerlin. And Bush trying to steal it away. Jump ball to Episcopal. Cassidy will be inbounding. She'll go to either Magnotta or Bush. It's Bush with it. 3.5 to play. Less than that in this fourth quarter. Cassidy for three and the lead. No good. Rebounded by Mackerlin. Mackerlin, long pass up ahead, goes out of bounds. Halligan couldn't get there in time. 2 substitutions for Episcopal. Pacelli and Purcell coming in for Nash and Bush. And Magnotta will be inbounding to Pacelli. Magnotta back to Pacelli. Cassidy thought about a three, now goes inside. Foul called, and Cassidy will go to the line to try and tie the game with 2:47 remaining. Halligan comes out, and Bleckley will come in for Notre Dame. First shot misses, so the best that Episcopal Academy can hope for now is to make this a 1-point game. So 1 of 2 makes it a 1-point game. Bleckley inbounding to Mackerlin. Mackerlin blows by Magnotta. 2-pointer, no good. Rebound, fought for. Trying to stay in bounds is Dever. And a whistle. And we have a timeout called by Notre Dame. 2.5 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. It is only a 1-point lead now for Notre Dame, 52-51. Previously, the lead was as many as 15 for the Irish. And as we come back, it'll be, looks like Cassidy inbounding for Episcopal. 2.5 to go, 1-point lead for Notre Dame. Or I beg your pardon, it'll be Notre Dame inbounding. Dever into Mackerlin. Mackerlin. Double team, gets by both of them. Into Casale, now back to Mackerlin, less than 10 to shoot. Mackerlin with 5 to shoot, she'll heave up a 3, no good, loose ball. Recovered by Casale, it goes out of bounds and it'll stay with Notre Dame. It went off the knee, it looks like, of Purcell. Just under 2 to play. Leckley will inbound. Mackerlin with it. Mackerlin. Long 2, no good. Rebounded. Casale tries to throw it up, no good. Another rebound at Dever. Mackerlin again. And the shot clock refreshes. Minute and a half to play. Still a 1-point lead for the Irish. Mackerlin trying to kill as much time as possible. Now goes inside with it. Less than 10 to shoot. Over to Casale. Mackerlin with 3 to shoot. She needs to get a shot off and a foul is called. Looks like it's Casale called for the foul. And so Mackerlin will shoot 2 to try and make it a 3-point lead for Notre Dame. First shot misses, and the rebound goes to Episcopal. Cassidy. Cassidy. Magnotta. 1 minute to play. Magnotta lost the ball. It's loose. She recovers it. Tries to get it to Pacelli, who keeps it in bounds. Now Magnotta. Purcell, no good. Rebound fought for, taken by Keffer Sharp, and stolen now by Notre Dame. And the Irish have it with 40 seconds. Mackerlin to Dever. Back to Mackerlin. .30 seconds to play. Still a 1-point lead for Notre Dame. Timeout, Notre Dame. 27.5 to play. They're still clinging on to that 1-point 52-51 lead over Episcopal. And it'll only be a 30-second timeout. .27.5 to play and 14 seconds on the shot clock for Notre Dame. Casale will be inbounding. Goes to Mackerlin. 10 to shoot, less than that now. Mackerlin. Inside, long pass. Corralled by Casale. And a shot clock violation, the ball will go to Episcopal. With 12.2 to play, Episcopal trails by 1. And now we have a timeout called by EA. 12.2 to play, and the shot clock is turned off. Mackerlin had a couple chances to get a shot off, both outside and inside. Then she tried to get it to Casale. And a couple desperate passes with the shot clock winding out. Long desperation attempt was no good, which resulted in the violation for Notre Dame. 2 timeouts remaining for Episcopal and 1 for Notre Dame. Shaping up for a thrilling finish here. 12.2 to play, 1-point lead for Notre Dame. Purcell will inbound for Episcopal. It goes to Pacelli. Pacelli tries to keep it. Gets it into Keffer Sharp. Loose ball recovered by Notre Dame, out of bounds. It'll stay with Episcopal with 4.7 to play. Mackerlin couldn't corral it. Cassell's pass went out of bounds. And another timeout call by Episcopal. 4.7 to play. They only have 1 remaining, as does Notre Dame. And it is still a 1-point lead for the Irish. We haven't seen any points scored in several minutes. Coach Chuck Simmons trying to draw up one last play that could win it for Episcopal. Likewise, Coach Lauren Power drawing up a defensive scheme for Notre Dame. Coach Power imploring her team that no foul can be committed. They'll break the huddle. We'll see who inbounds it for Episcopal. It looks like it'll be Pacelli. Pacelli, Keffer Sharp, Cassidy, Magnotta, and Purcell on the floor. It goes to Purcell. 3 seconds to shoot. Purcell gets it off. No good. And that's the game. It almost went in. The desperation shot by Purcell. It did not. And Notre Dame hangs on for the 52-51 victory. So Notre Dame wins their first of the year. Episcopal suffers their first loss of the year. What an exciting game this afternoon. Hopefully a slide of things to come this season in the Interac. Our final score, once again, Notre Dame 52, Episcopal 51. This is John Gidley saying thanks for watching here on the Sports Fan Base Network.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. You guys need any help?
No, you're good.
All right.
Thank you again. Appreciate that offer.
Sure thing. See you guys later.